Hello, hello, amazing mother with a Taurus North Node. It is not an easy one, so I am here for you. This video is going to be a breakdown of your soul's goal as a Taurus North Node, the lesson that you are meant to be learning, why it's intimidating to walk toward a Taurus North Node from a Scorpio South Node, why it can be liberating, though, and how it will be liberating. I'm going to give you an affirmation at the end and a journal prompt, and I'm going to give you a little card reading with my Heavenly Bodies Oracle deck, which is really fun. So, if you have a Taurus North Node, please continue watching so that you can figure out how to go about it, how to go toward it, and how to release a lot of the junk that came with you with a very intense South Node like Scorpio. My name is Hannah Tallulah. I am an astrology coach, specifically specializing in motherhood and women. And I love to tell you about your birth chart because, from an evolutionary astrology standpoint, it just explains you and what you're doing here and what you're supposed to be doing here next and what you need to be learning and how you need to grow and evolve to become the best version of yourself and the most fulfilled and happy version of yourself, and to uncover the truth of who you are beneath all the layers of motherhood and wifehood and the expectations of a woman in society. So that's what we're doing here. I have a school community called Mother Evolving that is really cool, and we talk about this kind of stuff all day, all the time. I would love if you joined. It's free right now, free for the first 22 members, and it's not there yet, but it's going to be. So hop on over. You've got nothing to lose. It's free. I've got free modules in there with videos and worksheets, and we do 4 live video chats in the whole group every month. And it's a great place to explore who you are in astrology with like-minded, like-souled women who are doing the same kind of work. Okay, so let's talk about your Taurus North Node. So the soul goal of a Taurus North Node is to become grounded. And I'm sure that as a Scorpio South Node, you're not unfamiliar with grounding or being grounded, but it's not easy to accomplish. It feels like there are always circumstances and influences coming in from all directions to prevent you from feeling grounded. So it's a constant struggle to try to feel grounded and calm and safe and comfortable and secure and all those things. I get it. It makes perfect sense. You have a Scorpio South Node, so you come from a history, potentially in this life, a childhood, or multiple past lives of just chaos and drama and having to rely on other people who aren't reliable, and feeling relaxed and calm and stable and grounded are not things that you have experience with. So they're not going to come easily to you. But you can work toward it. So the lesson that you need to learn in order to accomplish the goal of becoming grounded is how to cultivate self-worth and create your own stability. Self-worth and your own stability. So knowing that you are completely worthy of feeling grounded and peaceful, and that you are amazing and capable and competent and wonderful and intelligent and can take care of yourself. You don't need to rely on anybody else to take care of you or make you feel whole or make you happy. You can do it. I'm sure there's a whole list of reasons why you think you can't. or obstacles you think you have no ability to get over, but you do, you can. There are resources, there are people who can help you, and knowing who you truly are and what you are supposed to be working on can release a lot of the fear, because your soul has a plan and a goal, and that goal is to become the best version of yourself. And you want to be grounded and stable and take care of yourself and have your own stability. You want to. It's just going to take a lot more work than other people have to put in. And a lot more work than you've put in so far. So, that's why it's so intimidating. Because it feels like everything's always changing, everything's always up and down and chaotic and unpredictable, and it feels like you can't relax enough to even entertain the idea of becoming grounded or stable. So change is normal. You know this. You can go with the flow of change and still feel grounded. It just takes, a lot of effort. So accepting and acknowledging that you come from chaos and that you were either raised in chaos or past lives were full of chaos, you are not to blame for being a chaotic kind of person, if that's what you are, or for having gotten yourself into a life that is full of chaos. It's not your fault. It's your conditioning. It's what you know, so it's what makes most sense to you. And sometimes for people who do live in chaotic situations or have chaotic relationships, that is actually what feels safe. And that's because it's what you know, how you were raised. And it feels kind of freaky and uncomfortable to become stable and peaceful and to relax in any sort of serenity or simplicity, because I'm sure that anytime you ever experienced that in childhood or in past lives, it ended abruptly and in a chaotic sort of way. So if you let down your guard at all in the past, you found that it was very unsafe to leave your guard down for very long. So now, even though you're a full-grown woman, and probably, if you're listening to this, you have your own children, so you have your own family and your own life, and you have complete control, believe it or don't, you have complete control of your life, and no one else really can influence or impact your peace or your state of mind without you letting them. So know that it is up to you to feel calm and peaceful and to actually relax, because you have a choice. You can choose not to have all of that comfort end abruptly by somebody else. I know that I'm making it sound much easier than it is. I know there are many, many different circumstances that could be causing it to take a lot longer and be much more involved and intricately enmeshed than I'm making it sound. But this is just astrology. I'm speaking of astrology. So whatever your relationship to this chaotic experience might be, think of it from an astrology perspective. So your South Node, your past, your comfort zone, your conditioning are chaotic and unstable. And that is what your birth chart says. And that you are meant to move beyond that and let it be your past and not your future. So working toward your North Node is so liberating. And I can say this because I've figured out what my path is and my purpose is So the destination at the end of my path is very clear to me. Now I need to do the work. And doing this YouTube channel and this coaching, it's part of my work. So I know how liberating it is, because the more work I put in, the better and more me I feel. And the more I can give you all of this information so that you can do it for yourself. So the liberation for you is very obvious, and I've said it already. It's finding peace and simplicity in your life, which can mean a peaceful home life, a peaceful job, peaceful relationships, peaceful mental state, whatever it means to you. You can feel peace. You can live a simple life. You can live without drama, and it will be so liberating for obvious reasons, not having to deal with all that. Also, learning to trust yourself. Can you imagine how amazing that feels? Trusting that you can take care of yourself, you can take care of your kids, you can navigate through life without all of the drama. And trusting that you have everything it takes. That is an amazing feeling. It's also an amazing example for your children. They may have already experienced a lot of chaos because that is your experience, and deciding that you're not going to do that anymore and taking full control over your own life and showing them what that looks like will allow them to go into adulthood with the expectation that life can be calm and stable, and the knowledge, because you taught it to them, of how to create that stability for themselves. Amazing. And the self-sufficiency of embracing a Taurus North Node and walking into being Taurus as a North Node will allow you to know what it takes to take care of yourself and your kids. Being able to do the things without needing any help or being dependent on anyone else will feel fantastic. You know that. There aren't even words, but you know. And after all of that, in all of that, throughout the whole process, you will realize how brave and strong and capable you are of this life. You were given this life for a reason. You have all of the tools you need. You have the chart that was cast at the time of your birth to guide you. And you've got this. You've got this. I know you do. Your affirmation for your Taurus North Node is, I deserve peace. Say it. I deserve peace. I deserve peace. Do you believe it? You might not believe it right now, but say that to yourself as much as you need to. When you're feeling not so peaceful, when it seems like someone else is trying to make you feel not so peaceful, remind yourself, I deserve peace. Okay, here's a journaling prompt. Write this down. What are you afraid will happen if you choose peace and stability? What are you afraid will happen if you choose peace and stability? There are no wrong answers. Just write it. Write what you feel. Okay, now I'm going to give you a card reading. And this is the best part. So this is the Heavenly Body Oracle. Here's the book. These cards are amazing. No, I'm not trying to get you to buy your own, but they're amazing, so I love them. So you might love them too. So I'm going to give you a little reading about everything I've told you and whatever you're feeling right now. Having a Scorpio South Node is rough because coming from chaos, is rough. And you are a survivor. You are badass. You are resilient and incredible. And you're doing an amazing job. And I'm very proud of you. And you have 2 cards. The Moon and Uranus. 2 celestial bodies in one reading. Ooh, how can I make these look good next to each other? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't think you can read them though. Uranus says, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. Nope, that was the Moon. You knew that. That's what the Moon says. Uranus says, radically change. So if we were to combine these cards in this reading, which we are, you need to radically change the way you satisfy your emotional needs and nurture yourself and others. How are you doing it right now? Are you doing it kind of chaotically? Like for a little while you're doing really great at taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself and others? Like you're like, it's no problem. You feel amazing. You're doing all the things. And then the next minute you're like self-sabotaging and doubting yourself and blaming other people. And you're like, what? Last week I was great. And now what am I doing now? Radically change that. What does that look like? What would a radical change in your overall behavior and your mindset towards satisfying your emotional needs and nurturing yourself and others? Does that look like making a few changes every day, little baby steps, being consistent with it, embodying Taurus in general? If you just research, like, what is Taurus about? Not just like Taurus Sun or Taurus North Node. What is Taurus about? That's basically what you want to be embodying. And make sure you look in your chart at where Venus is, because Venus rules your North Node. So Venus is like the vessel that you get into on the journey to your North Node if you want the ride to be a little easier. So find where Venus is in your chart, what sign it's in and what house it's in. Read about those. Put it all together and then radically change the way you take care of and nurture yourself. I believe in you. I love you.